Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. We're going to find out more about the Dubois County Museum as Kathy Bachman has joined us. She is on the board for the Dubois County Museum and also a volunteer at the museum, are you not? Yes. Yep. Okay, Kathy, first of all, let's talk about your current exhibit that will be running until October. And it's kind of cool. It's called Oh Baby.
Oh Baby.
Growing up in Dubois County?
Yes.
What a name. Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder, how do you come up with these names? But I thought that was a cute way to come up with a name. It's called Oh Baby. It's looking at baby items that are a part of our collection already. So we're pulling them together. We're putting them in a special exhibit, and I've seen some of it already, and it is going to be interesting. It's some of the like a high chair that turned into a rocker, or one little playpen was maybe 2 feet by 2 feet. It looked like a little
small.
It looked like a pen. Yeah. But and tall, so that they could stand up. So it has evolved into what it is today. So you can look at some of these older baby items and you think, okay, we don't have those anymore, right?
That's, because today's, there are so many different varieties of different things. I mean, little things that move constantly with a certain motion.
Yes.
But back then, it was just pretty basic.
It was pretty basic. So old-time strollers that you almost see in the old movies now with the big pram, they're called, or something. And a lot of old children's clothes. We actually have a lot of vintage clothing. I brought in a flyer from our exhibit, and they were saved over the years by Juanita Kellums. Now, Juanita was a grandmother to Cheryl Sermesheim, and she was the mother to Tom Kellums, and both of those people are longtime museum volunteers and help with the exhibits and just around the museum. So I've seen some of their clothes they're putting up. We actually have a little wash line there so we can display them. So it's just amazing, some of the older clothes and how they were so didn't have much money, so a lot of the clothes were very plain. The colors were very plain. We do have like old feed sack clothes too, where the feed sacks were what was brought in, and they were colorful. But these are very neutral and such. So it's going to be an interesting display.
Okay, the Oh Baby display is where in the museum? We
have a section now that we are titling our temporary display area. So over the winter, we had a photo opportunity there, a photo booth. So we have moved that away, and now we're putting in this exhibit. So it's right in room 1. So it's just right by the military and by the sports.
Right when really the first room you come into, right there at the front.
Yes. Okay. So it's an excellent spot to do temporary displays. And temporary means they're only here for so long, so this is only going to be here till October. And so we're putting a lot of work into it so that it's going to be a great display. I have personally enjoyed making some of the publicity for it, because I do that also for the museum, and I featured a picture of my dad.
Okay.
So I don't know which camera I can use. My dad as a 3-year-old back in 1926.
Wow.
So we're going to pull out pictures, and we do have a large collection of photos that were gifted to us by Spryer and by Chase, and so we're using some of those photos. We just have just a wide variety. I have a little list here that said stroller, high chair, toys, a baby scale, and the large collection of vintage clothing. So it is going to be a very unique display.
That is a neat display because it helps those who are older to remember, but it helps the younger kids to see what life really was like
Yes.
way back when. May not have an idea of how
Yes.
plain the clothes were, and it's an opportunity for parents to explain, well, back then they didn't have a lot of money, so they may do with what they had, and they may
did.
look at that crib and go, you know, hey, that looks more like a cage or than anything else, but then they'll go, well, back then there weren't plastics, there weren't things that to make, you had to make with what you had, and that's a great learning experience.
Yes, so, you know, people come into the museum, and when we have multi-generations come in at one time, it is so interesting to hear the older ones saying, okay, now this is what it was. And of course, when we were younger, we didn't really want to listen all the time. But then as we grew older, we were like, I wish I would have listened. We also at the museum are spending a lot of time on recording videos of some of our volunteers and their expertise. In the last few months, we have spotlighted Greg Eckerly and the sports exhibit. We are currently now spotlighting Arnie Maringer, our longtime volunteer, and he said he has lived through the farm equipment. So he really does have a vast knowledge of all those machines, and he says, "No, this was new when I was young." You know, so it's amazing what I have learned from doing these videos. We also have recorded Sandy Miller, and she's going to talk about education. And we have other people that are being contacted, so we hope to feature them more on Facebook, and people can tune in. And I believe Arnie's videos now are going to be part of the museum's exhibits. We have his videos being put on big screen TVs around the farm equipment, so you can view them as you come out to the museum. That's something in the works. We also have other things in the works.
Yes, talk about other things you've got going on.
I
Can I go back
have-
to the Oh Baby thing? You mentioned you have these flyers. So this is something that is set up that you can take one of these with you if you'd like. Okay, all right.
Right. We have them in the lobby.
Okay, and other new things coming to the Dubois County Museum.
Right. We are in the process of getting together with the Business Hall of Fame and having a soft opening of their Business Hall of Fame exhibit. They have got it quite ready for us, and so we're ready to have a grand opening. And we also have a group of people that are part of the Dubois County Genealogy Club, and they have requested that they move some of their items out to the museum and create a room that people can come visit. So that's in the process of being set up. COVID has kind of restricted a little bit because some of the older people can't bring in their items like they thought they could because their families are in the nursing home right now and they can't get to it, or they just can't move around. And then also we just have acquired the archives of the Herald, and they are being moved into a special room off the lobby also that people can go visit. And these are bound books of the newspaper.
Going back however long.
Going back
Wow.
all the way to Jasper Herald, I think it was called, or Journal, Jasper Journal, or something like that. So, yes, it is quite a collection, so we're getting that set up. And we have volunteers that are coming in to help us, some high school students. So we appreciate their help. The Jasper High School National Honor Society is helping us set that up. And we have the Southridge football team help with the first move. So we have people helping people here.
Sounds like the museum really is growing. You keep adding things, and the neat thing is, remember that the museum does a great job of floating things in and out.
Yes.
Like this Oh Baby is going to be there until October, but after that, that won't be a display. So you need to be going to the museum on kind of a regular basis, and one way to go to the museum on a regular basis and make it affordable is to be a member.
Yes, yes. And our membership is very affordable. $25 for a single, for an individual. I better find my information before I get off track here. It's $40 for a couple, $50 for a family, and other than bronze, copper, gold, silver, that you can contribute to the museum. And that's our main contributions, is through people purchasing memberships. So that really helps the museum and continue our work with saving our heritage.
And again, the hours of the Dubois County Museum are?
They are 10 to 2 on Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4 on Saturday, and 1 to 4 on Sunday, and we are closed on Mondays.
Okay. Kathy, thanks so much for coming in. It's always nice to hear about what's happening and the new things that are going on at the Dubois County Museum. Look forward to your next visit.
Hey, thanks.
Our guest has been Kathy Bachman with the Dubois County Museum. She is on the board of directors and is the public relations coordinator for the museum.
I guess you could call me that, or publicity, or marketing, or...
Whatever they need, she does.
Yeah.
All right, folks, thanks for watching WJTS in Form. We are local people watching local people.